Okay, so we've got Representing Linear Functions, Chapter 8.3 as our next lesson. These are your key concepts. Go ahead and get these copied into your notes, and then when you're ready for an explanation, go ahead and replay me. First of all, we've got a linear equation. And a linear equation is an equation whose graph is a line. And let's break down the actual word linear. Don't you see that word line in the word linear? So a linear equation is an equation where the graph is a line, linear line. Then we've got x-intercept. An x-intercept is where the graph crosses the x-axis. A y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. X-intercept, x-axis, y-intercept, y-axis. And we've got something called standard form. And standard form is where we write ax plus by equals c. This a in front of x is just going to be a number, so like 3x, plus, and this number in front of a y is just going to be another number, so like 4y or something. And then c is just going to be a number by itself. That's what those capital letters mean. But standard form will have x plus y equals a number. In order to find the x-intercept, we're going to let y equal 0. So to find x-intercept, y needs to be 0. To find the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. Okay? All right, for our first example, you have to copy and complete the table. Use the results to write 4 ordered pair solutions of the given equation. So first of all, not every time you're going to be given a table like this, but this is the kind of table that you'll want to set up. So you'll have x here in this column, you'll have y here in this column, and then in between the two, you'll have your equation, y equals 7x. And then your last final column will be the ordered pair x, y. So the x values, we're just going to choose -1, 0, 1, and 2. And we're going to plug in y equals 7 times every one, -1. And then here we're going to plug in x for 0. And here we're going to plug in 1 for x. And here we're going to plug in 2 for x. So then, to get our y column, we're going to just solve all those. So y equals 7 times -1 is -7. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 1 is 7. And 7 times 2 is 14. So now my ordered pair is going to come from my x and my y. So this ordered pair here is going to be -1, -7. Here we're going to have 0, 0, 1, 7, and 2, 14. Remember that this is a function, so none of your x's should repeat, and we should have different y values for all of those x values. Okay? All right, you try this one, and when you're ready for the answer, replay me. Make sure you work it out first. Okay, so we're going to plug in y equals -1 plus 2, y equals 0 plus 2, y equals 1 plus 2, and y equals 2 plus 2. We simplify and we get y to equal -1 plus 2 is 1, 0 plus 2 is 2, 3, and 4. Plugging into xy, we get -1, 1, 0, 2, 1, 3, and 2, 4. Okay, so again, here we've got to find 4 solutions of each equation. So on your example, in your homework, you will only be given this portion right here. So it's just going to say write 4 solutions of each equation and write the solution as an ordered pair. So you'll be given y equals 3x minus 1. Then what you need to do is you need to set up this chart. So we have to have an x column right here with -1, 0, 1, and 2. Then in this next column, you're going to put in your equation. Whatever equation they give you, you put right here in this column. Y equals 3x minus 1. The next column needs to be your y's, and then the next column should be your ordered pair x, y. So we're going to come in here, y equals 3 times -1 minus 1. Y equals 3 times 0 minus 1. y equals 3 times 1 minus 1, and y equals 3 times 2 minus 1. Okay, 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. 3 times 0 is 0. Minus 1 is negative 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Minus 1 is 2. And 3 times 2 is 6. Minus 1 is 5. So then my xy chart is negative 1, negative 4. 0, negative 1. 1, 2. And 2, 5. So when it asks you to write the solutions as ordered pairs, this is your final answer. This column right here, those 4 solutions as ordered pairs are going to be your answer. And this one is a you do, and I want you, I know it's already up there, but I want you to set up your chart first, and then I want you to plug into your chart, okay? So pretend like you didn't just see the chart up there, and then try this problem. All right, so here is our chart. We've got x in the first column, the equation, y in our ordered pair. So here we're going to plug in y equals negative 2 times negative 1 plus 5, y equals negative 2 times 0 plus 5, y equals negative 2 times 1 plus 5, and y equals negative 2 times 2 plus 5. So negative 2 times negative 1 is 2, plus 5 is 7. Negative 2 times 0 is 0, plus 5 is 5. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, plus 5 we get 3. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, plus 5 is 1. Order pair is negative 1, 7, 0, 5, 1, 3, and 2, 1. Okay, so those 4 solutions are your solutions up for your ordered pairs. Now we're going to get to graphing. And to graph, we're going to go back to our original key concepts, and we have to find the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. So to find the x-intercept, we want our y to equal 0, and to find the y-intercept, we let x equal 0. So going back to this example here, I'm going to find the x-intercept. To find that, I say y needs to equal 0. Then I need to find my y-intercept, and to do that, I need to let x equal 0. So here in this equation, negative 2x, so do a different color, negative 2x plus y equals 4. I'm going to say y equals 0, so I'm going to say negative 2x plus 0 equals 4. And I'm going to solve for x, so I have negative 2x equals 4, divide by negative 2, and x equals negative 2. All right, so this is going to be the point, negative 2, and I just said that y was 0, so it's negative 2, 0. All right, now we'll find the y-intercept. We're going to let x equal 0, so negative 2 times 0 plus y equals 4. Negative 2 times 0 is 0, and so y equals 4. So this point here is going to be at the point 0, 4. So now I have these 2 points. I'm going to graph. And what do you think the graph is going to look like with a linear equation? Our graph should be a line. So here we're going to the x-intercept at negative 2, 0, and the y-intercept at 0, 4, 3, 4. Okay, so here's your x-intercept. It should cross the x-axis. Your y-intercept, again, should cross the y-axis. And with your rulers, you want to connect those dots through those x and y intercepts. Okay, so just to recap, to graph an equation, you need to find your x-intercept and your y-intercept. To find your x-intercept, you have to say y equals 0. To find your y-intercept, you set x equal to 0. You get these 2 points here. You plot them on your graph here, and you connect the 2 dots. You should get a line. All right, you do this one. Try your best and replay me when you're ready for the answer. So we've got the x-intercept. We're going to let y equal 0. So at 0 equals x minus 4, we're going to solve for x. We add 4 to both sides. So we have 4 equals x. So this point here is going to be 4, 0. The y-intercept is going to be at x equals 0. And we have y equals 0 minus 4. So y is equal to negative 4. So the point is going to be 0, negative 4. All right, and then we want to graph those. So we come to 4, 0, and 0, negative 4. This is your x-intercept here and your y-intercept here. You connect the dots, draw your line, and that is the graph of y equals x minus 4. And one more final example, and it's a you-do. So try this one as best you can. Replay me when you're ready for the answer. And we get our x-intercepts. This is where y is equal to 0, and we set x plus 0 equal 2, x equals 2, so this point is at 2, 0. Our y-intercept, we're going to let x equal 0, and we'll plug in 0 plus y equals 2, and then we have y equal 2. So this point is at 0, 2. So the x-intercept is going to be on the x-axis at 2, 0, and then we're going to be on the y-axis at 0, 2. And we connect those two dots with a nice straight line. And arrows on both ends, and that's our linear equation. Okay, here's your extra practice problems. And I want you to do these as best you can and be ready for to go over them together tomorrow when we see each other, or the next time we see each other. And let's go ahead and cross off number 7 for you guys. So just 1 through 11 and then skip number 7.